Hello friends, I am Christina of Bozange Photography and this is Skylar. And I am going to talk about the 5 things that I learned as a photographer on my maternity leave. So I've been taking care of this little guy for 2 months on maternity leave, and I am going back to work very soon here. So this video is just to talk about some of the lessons that I learned, specifically for female photographers out there that might be going through the same thing, and also just some general knowledge that I'm sure lots of other women have experienced as well. After giving birth to my son, I was pretty naive in thinking that I could be Superwoman and just get up and do whatever I wanted to clean the house, make dinner after delivering. First thing I learned was that my recovery was much longer than I expected. It took me about a week to even just feel more like myself in terms of strength and to get over some of the pain that I had. It took a full month and a half to really get back into an everyday routine, feeling more like normal. And being able to handle washing dishes and cleaning floors and lifting and carrying lots of things. Second lesson that I learned was the amount of sleep. I know that I was warned by lots of people about how little sleep I was going to get, and I know I believed them, but I didn't truly know until it happened to me. Basically, to get 6 or 7 hours of sleep, and that is being a little generous, it would take me about 12 hours out of my day to get that amount. Between the diaper changes, the feeding, putting back to sleep, and getting up and repeat, it took half my day just to get some rest. So then when it came to the time that I had to myself, obviously that went to other things like doing laundry and if you're pumping. So those are some things I had never considered. Third thing, this is specifically for photographers. I did a test photo shoot and I wanted to know how my baby would behave at a shoot in a carrier. And the thing that I learned here was the prep time. It takes about an hour before you even leave the house to make sure, or at least for me, to make sure that my baby was ready to go. I had to make sure that he was well fed, that he had a clean diaper, that I had everything packed and ready on top of my gear. And then when I got to the shoot, I had to maybe give him a snack to make sure he was a little lethargic by the time I put him in the carrier so that he would sleep the whole time. So I did not plan that for a half-hour shoot that I did at a test run, it really took me an hour and a half just to get things done, and that's not even including editing and everything else on top of that. So the fourth thing that I learned was actually a plus in a way, because I was getting up so much in the night. I learned that I could edit photos in the middle of the night while pumping, so hey, A+ for efficiency. So in that way, I was a little extra productive on top of my usual routine because I couldn't really do that in the normal parts of my day. So editing at 3 in the morning and then again at 4 in the morning, no problem. Last thing is another general lesson that a lot of us women struggle with, and that was just getting my body back. Yes, I no longer have this human being inside of me, but I have all this extra baby weight, and I hadn't basically exercised in 9 months, and so even climbing up steps or jumping over logs or crouching down in the sand for a photo shoot I recently had, I felt my knees were weak. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm carrying all this extra weight and I'm not used to bending down like this like I used to be able to. So this is the biggest adjustment for me. It affects my wardrobe. I've been wearing yoga pants and maternity clothes still. It's going to be a while before I get into regular jeans that I used to wear. And then obviously the self-esteem. Looking in the mirror and knowing that yes, my body gave life and it's a beautiful thing, but also seeing the destruction, if you will, and having to recover from that. Trying to implement exercise and a good diet back in, because when I was pregnant, I was letting loose. I was eating whatever I wanted. I'm still pretty loose with my diet because I am doing the breast milk, so I'm burning extra calories, and that way I have a little more give. If I wasn't pumping, then it would be a lot different. So, but it has been really great maternity leave here. I am going back to work in a couple days, and I just wanted to share a video on what my experience was like and hopefully provide some lessons learned, especially to the female photographers out there that have to consider all of these things when booking clients and getting back into the scene. So check out my website. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up and feel free to comment.